Yeah, normally like the evening things are hard for me now. Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. Call to order the council meeting of January 30th. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Place your right hand over your heart. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God. Madam Clerk, could you call to order the successor agency, City Council, Housing Authority, Finance Authority, and the Parking Authority?
Yes, quorum is present for the City Council, Successor Agency, Housing Authority, Finance Authority, and Parking Authority.
All right. The item dealing with the revocation of an appeal of the revocation of the recycling center permit has been pulled, so that public hearing has been pulled. That's HE1. Are there any persons present wish to address the council on any item on the agenda for today? Okay, we'll close public comment. Item 1, CSA 1 and H1.
Warrant register.
Move along payment.
Madam Clerk?
City Council, Successor Agency, and Housing Authority members, Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Chairman Buds.
Aye. HE1 is pulled. PH1.
The next scheduled matter is a public hearing to consider adoption of a resolution of necessity to acquire real property for the Century Boulevard roadway improvement projects.
Is there a report?
Yes, there is, Mayor and council members. Ridley, on behalf of staff, will present this matter to you. A staff report which has been presented today, and it invites consideration of a resolution of necessity for 15 parcels of land generally consistent with the improvements along Century Boulevard that have been previously addressed by this council. If you would please turn in your packet to the property that's listed on page 2 as the property located at 10003 South Inglewood Avenue, California. That property will not be before you as a part of the resolution of necessity, as we have a new owner. One objecting party to the resolution of necessity. I presented that objecting party's letter to the clerk. It's from a property owner by the name of Moisey, M-O-E-Z-Z-I Family Trust. Attorney Mr. Peterson has written us that letter for consideration, and staff has considered that. With the proposed resolution of necessity, you would be authorizing the law firm of Kane, Ballmer, and Berkman to file an eminent domain complaint, which would seek condemnation of properties. However, that would not end the negotiating, which is being done by your staff. Made offers to each of the property owners that are now before you, the 14 that are now before you. We've reached resolution in part with some. We're continuing our discussion with others. Findings that you would need to be making today, should you decide to approve the resolution of necessity, are found on page 2 of the staff report, and I'll read them into the record. That the public interest and necessity to requires the completion of the herein above mentioned sub-area 3 Century Boulevard roadway improvements project. described real property is necessary to carry out the design of the Century Boulevard roadway improvement project. Number 3, the Century Boulevard roadway improvement project is carried out in a manner that will be most compatible with the greatest public good at the least private injury. And 4, the City of Inglewood has either made offers to acquire the property listed on Exhibit B as required by the Government Code 7267.2, or the offer has not been made because the city has been unable to locate the owners after diligent efforts. But as to all, letters have been sent.
And we're going to back up. Madam Clerk, would you call this next scheduled matter that we just had a report for?
The next scheduled matter is a public hearing to consider the adoption of a resolution of necessity to acquire real property for the Century Boulevard roadway improvement project.
Has the notice of the hearing been given in the time, form, and manner as required by law, and do you have the affidavit on file?
Notice has been given and affidavit is on file.
And he referred to communications. Have any communications been received on the matter?
Communications have been received.
And were they distributed to the council?
Yes.
Thank you. And we've had the staff report, so are there any persons present who wish to address the city council on this matter? Please come forward.
Council members, my name is Stacy Thompson. I represent the Moeasy Family Trust, which was just mentioned that we submitted a letter of objection. We're not opposed to the project. It's a partial take on the property that's located on the corner of Prairie Avenue and Century Boulevard. It's going to take away some of the parking. There's a Church's Chicken restaurant that operates there right now, which is already the parking there is already limited. It's also our position that there's more damage that's going to occur to the property than's been taken into consideration. Offer that has been submitted to the property owner, and it's we believe that the offer is inadequate under Government Code Section 7267. And while if this goes forward with the eminent domain process, we will be fighting for our value of the property.
Right, and you do understand that's the whole eminent domain process, is to discuss what, you know, the fair market value actually is. Okay, no, I just wanted to make that clear.
We just want to make our record.
I got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we'll close public comment. Absent any council comment, is there a motion?
Move to adopt our resolution of necessity.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson. Padilla. Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. Consent calendar, items 1 through 8.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. 01.
Staff report recommending the introduction of an updated salary ordinance for the fiscal year of 2017-18.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
Who will introduce?
I introduce.
Right, A1.
Thank you, Mayor. We had a closed session regarding litigations regarding a number of properties listed on as to CS1. There was 15 properties listed. One of them, as the council stated and the lady stated, as to number 1003 South Inglewood Avenue. Negotiating party is Sentwood LLC is one of those items. As to that, the discussion was held and direction given to staff. No oral reports as to the city attorney's office.
CC1.
No remarks. Thank you, Mayor.
1. Okay, well, we've called to order the successor agency, CSA 2.
Approval of the minutes of the successor agency meeting held on December 12th, December 19th, 2017, and January 9th, 2018.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Successor agency members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales. Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. We'll adjourn the successor agency. The Housing Authority is already in session, H2.
Approval of the minutes for the Housing Authority meeting held on December 12th, 2017, and December 19th, 2017, January 9th, 2018.
Move approval.
Madam Clerk?
Housing Authority members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. The Finance Authority is already in session. F1,
Approval of the minutes for the Finance Authority meeting held on December 12th, 2017, and January 9th, 2018.
Move approval. Second.
Madam Clerk?
Finance Authority members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. The Parking Authority, will adjourn the Finance Authority. Parking Authority is already in session. P1,
Approval of the minutes for the Parking Authority meeting held on December 12th, 2017, and January 9th, 2018.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Parking Authority members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. We're going to give some commendations. Today, we're recognizing five area businesses for their outstanding community service. And this global resolution and commendation will apply to all five, so we don't read it 5 times. Whereas over the past 14 years, during the holiday season, Councilman Ralph Franklin has conducted the very successful District 4 Toy and Food Drive celebration. Individuals, block clubs, businesses, and organizations have come together to provide much-needed support for these families in need during the holidays. In addition to benefiting over 50 preschool and elementary age school students attending schools in the 4th District, this toy drive has provided support for the Gifts from the Heart Holiday Giving Campaign. Whereas the Parks, Recreation, and Library Services Department, through the Inglewood Community Services Corporation, conducted the 16th annual Gifts from the Heart Holiday Giving Campaign. Gifts from the Heart is a gift, food, and toy drive to benefit senior citizens, disabled adults, caregivers of the elderly and minor children, and children. The 2017 holiday campaign served 127 individuals and families identified through the City of Inglewood's case management and youth and families programs, exceeding the goal of 100. And whereas the generosity of these area businesses helped make the 2017 holiday season brighter for those in need, your monetary donations provided the much-needed food, toys, personal care items, and gift cards to individuals and families, giving people hope in the midst of challenging circumstances and reminding us all of what is truly most important to all of us, our families. Now, therefore, be it known that the mayor and council members of the City of Inglewood, California, do hereby commend the following for your generosity and willingness to lend a helping hand to those most in need. Will the representatives for the following businesses please come forward and meet us over here at the city seal? From Golden State Water Company, Kate Nutting. From the CEO from Marvin Engineering, Jerry Friedman. From the law offices of Harris and Associates, Tila Page for John W. Harris. From Turner AECom Hunt, Michelle Ballard. From General Discount Stores, who are absent, Councilman Franklin for Arash, Dania Lefar. Could you please all come over there?
Golden State Water. Comment?
Come on, Kate.
Hello, my name is Kate Nutting. I'm the General Manager for Golden State Water Southwest District. I was not prepared to make any comments, so I'll make it very brief. I just want to say Golden State has participated for many years with Councilman Franklin's Toy and Food Drive, and it's always a pleasure to attend, and we're really proud to support the program.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any persons wish to address the city council on any item not elsewhere covered on the agenda may do so at this time. 1 minute.
Alfonso Parker Jr., Vietnam veteran, 66, 67, conscious objector. You've been reading your papers lately, throwing themselves on the mercy of the people through code talk, more visibility, the term they're using, giving you more access. All they're doing is giving you what they want to give you, which they've been doing, the VA, President, Commander-in-Chief, Army and Naval Intelligence. I heard a young man in here who's been my nemesis. He's been quiet a long time, but he was at one time, even to threaten to kick my ass. And it never happened. I don't know why, but I've been waiting. But he threatened me, but I heard him in the hallway talking about he just got his 80% after all these years of him serving the same government and country I served in, the same military. He gets 80% after all these years. And he says the VA been trashing and burning the records. The VA don't trash and burn your records. The VA was a good old boys retirement club when it started. It's more metaphor through the Congress and as a committee. And during Reagan's administration, well, before Reagan,
Thank
it
you, Mr.
disappeared.
Parker.
Came out in '78 under Reagan.
Parker, thank you.
VA is not your problem, never has been.
Mr. Parker, you're going to have to leave if you do keep doing that. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me well?
Just fine, ma'am.
My name is Gwendolyn Newsom Anderson, and I want to address the fact that I live on Short Street, that we are comfortable as of late because of neighbors that smoke, can barely get to our front door because of the odor of smoke, marijuana, and other substances. And they're up and down the street all hours, all 24 hours a day, day and night. There's hardly any parking, and we have few guests because there's no place for them to park, and they can't get to the front door because of the smoke. And I want to let it be known that we want to complain to someone. Who do we go to?
Okay, ma'am, marijuana is not illegal right now. As it relates to your parking, you talk to your councilman. There's a process to seek permit parking, but it is pretty involved because it actually is a significant land use change because it changes the dynamics of the street. Also, the fire department has to sign off on it because it can slow the response of fire trucks to your property. So this process is designed to be comprehensive. It starts with getting 75% of the neighbors affected to sign a petition. The petition's available on the 4th floor, and I think it's the 4th floor, and that starts it. And after you get the petition and bring it back, then we send out a secret ballot because sometimes people pressure their neighbors to sign, and then if we get that same 75%, that starts everything in process. You're welcome, ma'am.
My name is Willie A.G., and I live in the beautiful city of Inglewood, California. As chairman of Park and Recreation in the city, I want to thank this council for agenda item number 5 today because it means a lot to me, and I think it's going to mean a lot to the citizens of the city of Inglewood. It means that the tennis courts will be redone and at Centinela Park, and that's a good thing. And I want to thank you for supporting it and looking forward to seeing the Williams sister go out and play tennis there one day. Thank you very much.
Mr. Bailey.
Good afternoon, Mayor, staff, and everyone. Over the holidays, I don't know if the city knew, but the local SWIB, One Stop, had jobs openings for the stadium, construction jobs.
Yes.
Okay. And we, as a city, we should have been shouting this from the hills at the top of the building because our residents are desperately looking for those jobs, as you have quoted ever since you came to the city. Now, they have flyers that were put downstairs because I made sure that they were helping our citizens.
We
Not like
appreciate
you.
that, Mr. Bailey.
Huh?
We appreciate that.
Hey, you know, I understand our city is growing and we have necessities, but I just wanted to say, here's the next schedule of the orientation for the citizens that need those kind of jobs. These jobs are like electricians, plumbing. It takes a while, but at least you get a job at that site, and you can, in the city, for the citizens, you can walk to it. And that's what we're about.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey.
Thank you, and have a great week, everyone.
Okay, with that, we'll close public comment. Council comments, Councilman Dotson.
First of all, District 1 is having a document shredding event day on Saturday, February 10th from 9 to 12. Please mark your calendar. It's very important that you get rid of those papers that you don't want somebody else to see, Social Security, credit cards, information, and tax records. So that will be Saturday, February the 10th at the ICOP Center on the corner of 7th Avenue in Manchester. You can't miss it. And for our Willie Agee Playhouse, this celebrating Black History Month, there are going to be 2 plays free that you can, wonderful, wonderful plays, I'm telling you. You got to go out and at least see one of these plays. One is on February the 3rd at 7 p.m. The other one is at February the 17th at 7 p.m. Don't forget the Willie Agee Playhouse. That's at Centinela Park, well, Vincent Park, excuse me. So come out and see a great play, and it won't cost you a fortune to do it. The last thing, I want to congratulate our mayor for receiving this Boss Community Service Award. I'm gonna tell you guys, you had to be there to know how great this award is and see other people who got awards from the Boss organization. This is a very prestigious award, and I'm very proud that our mayor received this award, and I was glad that I was there to see him do so. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful week, and be safe.
Councilman Padilla, District 2.
Great, thank you, Mayor, and congratulations on that award. Well-deserved. A couple of things. First off, when we talk about jobs at the stadium, I think we all, each council member, and I know the mayor does as well, we all have our newsletters and our email blasts, and we put the word out there to let folks know that there are job opportunities not only at the stadium, but also with the Metro project. They're also hiring folks. And that's why if you look at our unemployment rate, it dropped from 17.5% to 5.5%. Why? Because we're, getting more job opportunities for Inglewood residents. And that's what really makes a big difference. I also want to congratulate Councilmember Franklin. I had an opportunity last week to go to his town hall meeting, and I know he's going to touch on it, but I got to tell you, man, that guy pulls them out. It's standing room only. A lot of really good topics. So congratulations to Councilman Franklin for a great presentation over at the Hollywood Park Casino. Job well done. Tomorrow is the Inglewood Police Activities League fundraiser, so IPAL. The IPAL is a program that's set up in the law enforcement, and different police departments have them. It's an opportunity, for the kids to be able to have programs under the guidance of the police department, and it's the Police Activities League. And so tomorrow from 11 to 10, Fiesta Martin over at Florence and Market. For anybody that goes out there and buys food and you let them know you're there to support the Inglewood Police Department's PAL program, they're going to give back to PAL based on how much they sell there. So come out and support the Inglewood Police Department's PAL program. And I think that's it for me. So thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Councilman Franklin, District 4.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. First of all, let me just piggyback on what my colleague said. We had an outstanding town hall meeting for District 4, and the theme was living in the midst of change in the city of Inglewood. And I personally want to thank a special guest that came, and that was our distinguished mayor who came and kicked it off, talking about the global effect, what's going on in the city and things to come, which was outstanding. Also want to reach out, and this also was video recorded, so you can see it on Spectrum and also on the city's website on our YouTube link. But the items that we covered also included Gerard McCollum, the Project 2 manager, that talked about Hollywood Park retail and entertainment and the updates and the vast development as well, including job opportunities that's going to be made available. We had the distinguished Ms. Kate Nutting from the Southwest District Manager of Golden State Water that talked about, many of us have Golden State Water, and how they've invested a large amount of money for the infrastructure, as well as fluoridated the water, and constantly makes it available for us with news and updates of what's going on with quality of water and how we can use our water more conducively for our use without abuse. Then we had the Christopher Jackson of Economic Development Director of City of Inglewood that talked specifically about different developments going on, from the Daniel Freeman demolition to the new townhomes that's coming up, as well as the Crenshaw Imperial Shopping Center with the additional new retail tenants, including the most recent announcement with Norm's Restaurants coming to join us. He talked in detail, and we had a lengthy discussion regarding cannabis and how the mayor and the city council had adopted a zoning ordinance to amendment to ban all cannabis business, emphasize ban all cannabis business in the city of Inglewood. And then he also talked about, we have a new site that's coming on where we're going to have, for the first time, we're actually going to have a national hotel tenant. Either it's going to be the Marriott or the Hilton that will be coming in District 4 as well. And then finally, we talked about a number of items of immediate interest regarding the development of Central Boulevard, the Imperial Highway refurbishing, and then I want to close by talking about the South Bay COG. Talked about they're going to have a rain barrel program, free rain barrels for any of the Inglewood residents that reside at the Darby Park, that will be held on May 19th from 8 to 12. Again, you'll have to bring in identification that you do reside in City of Inglewood, but you're entitled to get a free rain barrel. And on that note, thank you, everyone. It was great. I have to do one more, Mayor, real quickly. I did attend a special women. I'm a representative or delegate on behalf of the City of Inglewood doing the Independent Cities Association, and we had a seminar this past weekend, and we focused primarily on public safety, and cybersecurity was one of the most sensitive ones. We talked about police videos, whether or not we should have cameras, not have cameras. We talked about how there's been early release from the state prisons, and what does that really mean to us as the city, particularly when some of the charges go from felonies to misdemeanors. And then the final thing, we did talk about water reliability and making sure that we're able to have enough water here in Southern California. On that note, thank you very much, Mayor.
Councilman Morales, District 4. Thank you, Councilman Franklin.
Was covered, and my colleagues did a good job of covering some of the stuff. More importantly, PAL. PAL, that was a program that's been around for a long time and has helped so many youth programs. Supporting that program just goes a long way, so I do want to help promote that this weekend. Had the ability to join a meeting with some of the local businesses this morning and just kind of hear them out in terms of how they view all of the things that are going on in the city of Inglewood. And I wanted to share that because we're going to have more of those kind of opportunities where folks can ask questions, how their residents will be impacted as well as how their businesses will be impacted. And it was interesting to hear some of the views that were out there based on what they had heard, some rumors, and just kind of have the opportunity to clarify that. So we'll be doing more of those. And then somebody mentioned the parking issue around their home. I can tell you that it's not unique to one area. Unfortunately, it's part of a bigger area in the entire city of Inglewood. So we are looking at that. I know in my area we have a lot of kind of problem areas. We have these developments coming around which are going to add to it. So what we're trying to do is kind of look at the ordinance we have to see what tools we can work with to make sure that we take away some of that negative impact. It'll take some time. I know that we're starting to look at some creative ways, I guess, to open up some space, and we'll be back to you within the next few months on that. So I just wanted to let that out, Mayor, and that's it.
I wanted to congratulate Councilman Franklin on a highly successful town hall meeting. We don't have to do the state of the city now. It was so comprehensive. Just want to say how much I appreciate staff for the way we're knocking these big projects out. The Senior Center opened over 2 weeks ago. Paved probably 2/3 of the D-rated streets in the city after 15, 20 years of neglect. We're making great progress with our water system. Century Boulevard is done in 3 phases, and 2 of the phases are almost complete. By May, you'll be able to travel from Van Ness to Doty unimpeded to go to the shopping centers. And from Inglewood Avenue to La Cienega will be done as well. And then that leaves from Doty to Inglewood Ave to be the final phase. And so that's where a lot of these acquisitions are located. We just come a long ways, long ways in a very, very short amount of time. Couldn't be done without excellent work from the staff and city manager. And I just want to congratulate everybody, Artie, and we're adjourned.